Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. All right, guys. So I'm on DC. The new update is out. So we have Resurgence time capsules dropped today. So I think that's still going to be on top of the Kryptonian. I'm not exactly sure how the new time capsules and the Kryptonian time capsules occur. I do know you need stabilizers to open the Resurgence, but that is bringing back old time capsule sets or loot. So that's kind of cool. That's actually kind of really cool that they're doing that because of materials. So materials, I believe, are tradable, I want to say. So and I just got a material. I think I just got a material. Speaking of material, I think I just got one in the vault. Let's find out. I think I just got a material. Yeah, I did. Oh no, it's a trinket. Use this trinket to summon a concentrated ball of power to throw at another player and tag them with an energy mark for several seconds. Okay. Alright. It's a little bit of fluff, I guess. Whatever. Alright. Batwoman t-shirt. I cannot trade this. I cannot sell this. So I already have it though, so hey, it's gone. Got Biomech. Alright. And we'll check out this back. It's a little bit of an upgrade. So we'll take it. We can always use upgrades. So I'm also going to use that. What? I got turned into a dog. Crazy, man. Alright, so let me see here. Just did the vault. I just still got to do my stabilizers today. I'm actually probably, I don't think I'll have enough. Whatever stabilizer fragments to make a stabilizer. So, but I still got to do it. So, stabilizer fragments, yes please. And tomorrow is reset day. So I'm going to try to queue up for that new trial that I unlocked yesterday. I haven't done it yet. Alright, trial raid. Keep thinking of other games. Excuse me, forgive me. Reminds me, ugh. I gotta save this. Still got a new back. Okay. Perfect. Now I just got to get, and I think they added some new stuff to the dispenser I was reading on.
I'm taking over this situation. This team is now operating under Suicide Squad's authority. I've recruited some members of Task Force X to assist. Get the job done.
Get the job done. Large cat balloon. And it's rare. Alright. So a couple things I also got to do with the DPS loadout. Spec for me as far as gear replacement. So I do have a few new gear pieces. First thing I'm going to do is get that back. So there's the new tactical mods. Speaking of back, let's check it out. So they've replaced the generic mods with everything in as far as slottable. Okay. Okay, light barrier reduces the cooldown. That's what I usually go with. And then they just put the other ones in here. So they put the skills and the other ones together. So, like, buddy. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. So I usually go with the light barrier on this build. That's what I usually go with. So we'll keep that. So nothing, not really changed. It just, you know, conformed it into, you know, from the other, just picking them up individually to picking up the container and having to open it. I mean, okay, sure, if it's more convenient, I guess. Make it, I guess, easier for new players coming in, I guess, you know, sure. I guess that's, you know, the case. Okay, so I'm going to switch back to my DPS loadout. I do appreciate that, Nick. Thank you so much. So, this looks like it's going to be better for my DPS still. This is definitely better on my deeps. That's better on my DPS. That isn't. This is. Ideally, I don't like. I mean, I could, whatever. So that's not as good on my DPS. I already have this, so I don't know why that's there, but we will be getting rid of it. I'm going to move this here up to this slot, so it just makes it more manageable. Everything else looks kind of good. The only thing I got to figure out is what I need to slot as far as... So I need a chest and a legs. For sure. And a hand. Chest, legs, and hand. Do I have a weapon? Yeah, I have a weapon socket. Okay. Chest, legs, and hand for my DPS. Okay. So the first one we're going to open up is the chest. It's very important to understand which abilities you're using. But core strength, gain additional 2%. You can use the supercharge. I don't use that on this build. Your attacks ignore 2% of the toughness. Superpowers use 5% less power. That is very efficient for troll, but DPS, I don't really care about that. So I'm definitely going to go with the 2% towards the DPS, core strength. Okay. Legs should be ability based. So I usually go with the restoring whips. Okay. Feet, I'm basically max damage, or hands. Using superpowers increase damage by 2% for a short time. So pretty much easy configuration here. Okay. Where is that other mod? Did I do it all? Okay, hands. Where's my legs? It's just got my legs. Do I have to pick it up again? What? Where did my leg drop go? All right, there. I was like to say. Okay. We should be good, yeah. It's fine. Alright, so we're going to go up and we're going to save this. So now we have a DPS loadout. Now it says it's only 178, but I always update as I'm getting pieces and I'm moving along because I mainly play Troller. So, but I always have a DPS build just in case. And as I'm going, I take the looted drops that are a little under my upgraded pieces, and that's what I use to build my DPS builds. And of course, then we make these adjustments as well. Okay. Then we can upgrade. Okay. Once again, just make sure you always save. I think I did it, but I always want to make sure, and then I go ahead and then I can switch back my roll. And then my, oops, wrong button. 1 second. So I'm 178 here, and then you'll see me in 186 during the switch out. And there's that. That is how we do that. So 8-player content. I haven't been queuing any tier 2 stuff. I'm actually going to probably skip Gates of Tartarus. I did Paradox Wave yesterday. Don't think I need anything in Assault of Battery, but hey, whatever. I did Labyrinth. I think I did. That was it, right? Now I always do the other. I try to queue up as much as possible for Mark, especially before, if any raids you have not done. If you haven't done the raid, queue it, especially before reset day. Remember, we get reset weekly. So I've already got these 2 done, so I'm going to queue up the 2 new ones. So Ultimate Soldier and Justice for All, I have not done. So I want to try to keep to Controller towards the end game, unless there's somebody completely ridiculously high with CR. But at this point in the game, it shouldn't be getting that crazy. Now, also, what I'm able to do here is take a look at events, and I've already gotten these weeklies done. So then now I'll look towards my 4-mans. And I want to always take a look at my CR, what the limitation is for the gain. So right now, anything in tier 7, I'm not going to gain on as far as marks. Relevant marks anyways. Now I can queue these, but how efficient it'll be becomes questionable. So now you can always go back once again and do content if you need to get styles. So if you need style feats, you definitely want to go through. But if you're trying to progress, you want to go for what's available for marks. And then 2-mans, only thing I use 2-mans or 1-mans for is feat chasing. I never go for progression in 2-mans. That's not my cup of tea. But like I can go with Raising Hades, Harley's Heist. So I can gain from all of these. So we'll queue it up. And I can queue up the Titan events, daily resets. So now we're all queued up. We're ready to go. And this is the funny thing, like when they come out with new content, I know like they're recopying the zones, but it's still not the same, man. Imagine you being a new player coming in and you walk into Gotham and you walk into Metropolis and the first thing you think to yourself is, God, this place is dead. This place is dead. It's not a good environment for new players. Sure, there's content. Sure, you're playing a shitload. There's a lot of things you're getting into, but players don't see that. They don't. They don't see how active the game is because it's too instance-based sometimes. I feel like at the time I really would love to see dynamic events put in the core game to pull everybody together. It'd be badass. I'm going to go DPS for the duo. It's almost pointless for me. I am going to buy some sorters.
Play nice.
I'm hoping to get a couple of the drops.
Luckily, we have a few of Gotham's rats.
There is a thing around here. I need to find it. I can hear it. Aha!
Hiya, Red. You know, I've been thinking. It's been a while since you, me, and Kitty had a little fun together. What do you say to causing a little mayhem tonight? Getting rich while we're at it.
It's either behind this wall. It's somewhere around here.
Would you give me a ride to Cole's house?
I just got on the stream. I didn't. 1 second.
Would you give me a ride to Cole's house?
Okay, guys, be right back. Sorry about that. I'm back. Hey, Jack, what's up? Sorry. I had to run down the street. It's unfortunate. And this poor guy probably wants to shoot me. So, just the last second notification. It's like, hey, can you do me a favor? It's like, oh, sure? Crazy thing. It's like, are you busy? No, not really. Not really. I'm destroying everything. There's something here. I'm missing something. Why do I hear it and I can't see it? Is it in the other room? I can't find this thing. It's eluding me. And of course I get kicked from the instance. Bummer! Sure. Damn it! Sucks. You know, the funny thing, I'll tell you guys, I love my wife. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I love my wife. I love her. The power set materials are awesome. Yeah. I saw that. Well, especially, I always feel like I'm not a big fluff person. I mean, I think it's cool that people can customize things, but at the same time, like, I don't like when a company puts too much emphasis on the fluff and not into the content, if you know what I mean. So it's like, cool. You guys did this. You guys brought stuff back. You're bringing materials, making things look cool. Where's my content? That's why I leave this game on and off. I'll be honest. I love the combat, but it's like I end up leaving because they keep putting fluff ahead of content. It's like, fluff's good for players who are fluffers, I guess. I'm not a fluffer. I'm a content creator. I'm a content player. I want content. So as good as it is, and it is, it's great. It's great. They better be bringing the new Aquaman stuff. Atlantis better be packing a shitload of content. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping, man. I'm more hyped about the event coming up. What's the Halloween events here? I think I'll be more pumped up about that next month. There's one of the Resurgence. Just got it. Just got a new Resurgence time capsule. So what I think's happening, Jack, I think that's going to replace the Kryptonian, because I think Kryptonian stuff is in the new capsules on top of the old materials, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that, and I feel like stabilizers, though, are so hard to come by. It's like, once again, it's a fluff thing. It's like, hey, to each their own.
I'm gonna rock your world.
They are focused on both throughout the year, not all at the same time. I know. But like, literally, why? People ask me, why do you leave DC if you love the combat so much? And I'm like, between the ults and stuff, it's just The combat is great. The lore is great. The storylines are great. The instant's great. Everything they do is great. It's not enough. It's like I get bored. I'm like, all I'm doing is hitting rinse and repeat. There's nothing like that wants me to do like open world. And that to me, it gets stagnant. The linear games can be fun, but it becomes too repetitive. And you have to break up that monotony in an MMO. You have to give players some other aspect to their gameplay. Half the battle in MMO is not how good your game is, what are you attracting with your customers. Because not everybody wants to keep doing the same shit. Because this game doesn't have crafting. This is probably one of those MMOs you don't have a viable, efficient player crafting. So why do you need player crafting? No. Do you go harvest materials? No. You know, maybe exobytes for your R&D, but that's about as good as crafting it's going to get. And the rest of it's just farm. It's just farm fest. And that's where I feel like the game has its downsides. And I'm just being, I'm just kind of giving examples. And that's why I've said it's a shame that the devs won't listen to the community. Because this is a badass game. If they would offer just one or two minor things per DLC, this game would smoke a lot more MMOs. The storylines are good. Combat is probably one of the most cleanest combats I've ever played. That hands down for a Twitch-based game, it's still very dynamic. It's so good. That's why we have to be patient and wait for new episodes to come out, just like when you're waiting for new episodes of a certain show. Right. And that's why I leave in between. Right. I've been gone for 3 years and I'm playing catch-up. But I don't feel like I've missed anything in the game. It's not, I feel like, oh, you missed a couple styles and you missed a couple of this. But it's like, what compels players to stay is my point. What are compelling players to stay with the game versus any other game? You're in business school, and I'm sure the one thing that they've taught you is retention. Retention's important to a business. It's important. It's just one of those things. Whether you have a free MMO or not, why are players wanting to stay with your product versus competitors? You don't want players to go anywhere. At the end of the day, that's the one thing you don't want them to do. Why? Because it costs your company money when it does. You want to keep them. You want to hold tight. You're like, give me that money. It tastes so good. It feeds people, man. That's what makes the world go around. That's how these devs get paid. I come with a business perspective, man. It's great. The game's great. Combat's great. Content's great. It's not enough. I'm hungry. I want this game to be like, it's so badass, and that's the funny thing is this game is badass. That's why I keep telling people, I'm like, listen, the combat is the most cleanest combat. The special effects are really good. Storyline's great. I'm like, DCUO is probably the most cleanest game in the console MMO market to date. But it's difficult to regularly release new content. They take more effort and time to create and refine. Well, and typically I would agree with you, but look where they're putting a lot of their efforts. Fluff. They have a skeleton of a staff, and that's due to a number of things, but now you're putting a lot of effort in fluff. Fluff's not a bad thing, but they put too much in between things. It's like, you know, that's what I said, put dynamic events. Just, holy shit, give me a new way to farm stuff. You know? Take out the instant shit, put dynamic events, get shit in here a little bit for the low and the high levels to get together, refine PvP just a little bit, and holy shit, I don't think I could leave. I don't think I could. Unfortunately, though, that's not the case. I'll just play until I get caught up, level up a couple alts, and then next thing you know, I'll be caught up until a certain point, and then I can leave for 6-8 months. I can afford to leave. I'll miss a DLC. It's like, oh, I can miss this DLC, you know, at that point. And then I'll just wait for the newest big DLC to come out, and then I'll play catch up. And it's like, you don't want your customers to think like that. You don't want the customers to think like that. You want the customers to be like, dude, I cannot, like, I've got to log in, man. I got to do my shit. Man, I got to go here. I got to do that. You want that type of, like, almost not addiction, but repetitive behavior when it comes to gamers, man. Exactly. The fluff is way of retaining it. Not for me, it's not. Not for a player like me. It isn't. It's fluff. It has no content. There's no content. It's just like, oh, hey, we got some new stuff, and it's cool. It looks great. It looks awesome, honestly. But it's not enough to sustain a player like me. I want content. I want to play. I don't want to farm. I want to play. I'm a player, not a fluffer. But the game's great. It has a lot of pros, but unfortunately, they need to listen. They need to listen to their customers, man. Well, when you have people on forums saying, "Hey, we would like this. Hey, that's a good idea." Don't dismiss it, man. Don't dismiss what your loyal customers are trying to help you. They're basically saying, "Hey, I want to stay here. I want to do this. I want to play this game. You should do this because if a bunch of people thought it would be cool, it would give us something else to do." And that's relevant. That's like, holy shit, yeah. Because the customers what's paying your bills. That's what's paying the money, man. It's what's putting food on the table. Your customers. So you want to appeal to the customers. You want to get their attention. You want to, like I said, retention. Retention. Like right now, I can tell you Zos's numbers are down from the last DLC, ZeniMax Online Studio. They'll never say if it is or isn't, but I know for a fact it is. This is probably one of the biggest letdowns for a DLC they've had for the last year and something. And they did it to themselves. It's like, don't put fucking gimmicks. Players don't want gimmicks. We want content. We want real content. We want shit that be like, oh shit. We don't want gimmicks. Don't give us gimmicks. No. Real MMOers you can't give a biggie to a real player and say it's a bottle. No. We hungry. I understand the time it takes to put in the content. So I'm a little understanding of that. And I think the dev teams that work on all this is great. But honestly, from a marketing standpoint, now I'll be honest, I'm going to be a little critical. From a marketing standpoint, their marketing team is pretty weak. It's weak. Their marketing team is probably the weakest thing I've seen in a while. They don't bundle things very well in the market. It's actually, out of all the games I've ever played, Daybreak Games has the weakest market place in comparison to every MMO. So, for example, I got my Daybreak Cash, which is given to me for being a subscriber. Now, in games like Elder Scrolls, there's a couple of ones, Tryon, whatever, you're given the amount of equal value for your subscription. So if I pay $15 a month, I'd get $15 worth of Daybreak Cash in other games, or that cash amount. But Daybreak's not. Daybreak's like, we're gonna give you $700. Excuse me? You're going to give me less than half of the pay value? Well, you get the DLCs and stuff. Well, yeah, I get that, but I'm paying monthly. I'm even paying 3 or every 6 months. Like, that's weak in comparison to your competitors. Well, we don't care. We have, you know, the All Access, which they do. However, the All Access is only available for PC players and not console players. And there's a missed opportunity there alone. Because you could apply the All Access to a console, and then holy shit, you got PlanetSide 2 in this game. So even though there's only 2 titles available, and I think H1Z1, I'm not sure if that's going to be whatever. But if you apply that, all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, whoa, that's kind of cool. Well, yeah, because the Daybreak cash is shared amongst all your accounts. That's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, it's a perk. You want to appeal to the customers. You want to like lure them in. You want to drag them in. It's not worth it. Right. It's like, I'm just saying, like, their marketing team sucks. They don't know how to market their products very well. Their marketing team is probably the most... And I can say that. My brother was vice president of a huge company, and he was in charge of a huge marketing team. We have both business backgrounds, and literally, I could literally say their marketing is the trashiest thing I've ever seen. It's trash. It's fucking trash. It's trash. Power Materials is worth it. Power Materials is worth it. But it's fluff. It's not going to keep me. It's not. It's not going to keep me. It's not. It's fluff. What I'm going to do is play catch up in this game. And then the DLC is going to drop. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm still going to unsub. Why? Because there's nothing for me to do. So for a lot of money, everybody going to be rich by next week. Well, you know, I mean, but stabilizer drop rate sucks. So unless you're forking out the real cash to pay for the stabilizer unlock, materials aren't going to be flooding the market anytime soon. And the people who can't afford it are going to be buying the stabilizers with real cash. But if they did that, they would lose the opportunity to increase profits. No, they wouldn't. Actually, that's the reverse aspect, Jack. And let me tell you why. Because you want to appeal to the illusion of choice, right? That's what good marketing strategy is. And that's why, like, Elder Scrolls was brilliant for saying, we're going to go free to play, much like this game. You can purchase the DLC separate, that's your choice, or you can pay 1 monthly fee and have access to all DLCs. Now, that's kind of more tempting, but you think about it and you're thinking like, okay, well, wait a minute. I have the DLCs at all times, so why would I want to pay monthly? Well, here's the kicker. If you pay monthly, not only are you going to get the DLCs, but we're going to increase your inventory space, you're going to get a crafting bag, you're going to get an extra bank space. So all of this stuff is going to be an addition on top of a monthly allowance of equal cash that we sell in the shop. So you can use at your leisure. That alone would make you would know they would lose profit compared to the item shop. But guess what it does? It retains the customer for the subscription base. So a customer who's paying subscription is more likely to pay 3 to 6 months to save money in the long run, where your bulk money is coming up free, versus paying for a month or just buying a DLC, dropping out, and then you don't hear from that customer for 6 months. So then all of a sudden you're losing money because they're not even playing the game anymore. You want to keep them playing, because if they keep playing, here's the kicker, they keep paying. A playing player will be a continued paying player. And that's the kicker. Retention, retention, retention. Number 1 rule in business school. If you go into a good business school, the one thing the business teacher will always tell, a professor will always tell their students, you know, you want to retain profit. It's great if you sell 10 million up front. But if you can't retain one customer, well, your success is short-lived. But if another company sells half as much as you do, your competitor sells $5 million up front, you sell 10, but they retain 2.5 and you retain 0, who comes out in the long run? The competitor. Because their customers continue to stay with them, so they have a retention, right? In insurance, one thing I loved about the insurance business was retainers, right? My retention. So that was very, very important for me to understand when I, was studying these things, and especially when I did that type of business. But unfortunately, you have to have good people behind the desks knowing what they're doing. And like the bundle packs are really good. Some of the bundle packs are good in the game. Some. But some of them, when I'm taking a look at individuals, I'm like, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? Like some of them blow my mind away. And then some of them are really good. Like my favorite ones are based item bundle packs. Down here, these bundle packs are really good. If you're going to do like War Room. I purchased the War Room because this was brilliant. This was brilliant. 900, I got 3 items. Each of the items alone sold for like, what, 4 something? So I was saving money by buying the bundle pack. I was saving money. But guess what? I had to go to the shop to buy the extra funds to do it. So it made sense. It's like, whoa, shit, yeah. All right. And that's what I'm saying, man. When it comes down to, I mean, when you're looking at business, man, what are you trying to do? Fluff will only get you so far. It only gets you so far. You want, like players like me, I was gone for 3 years. I was gone. I was ghost. And I was like, someone's like, don't you still play DC? I'm like, I love DC, but I'm not playing it right now. You're like, why? And I'm like, because I'm bored. There's nothing to do. And they're like, really? And I'm like, it's just the same content with a grind fest. Me trying to get the styles, to get this, to get that, for SP, for this, and for that. It's like, come on, man. This game's badass, though. It makes me cry. It's badass. Like PvP in this game, if they put a little to the PvP, it would wreck other MMOs. It would wreck. It would wreck. A few minor changes. Nothing crazy. Few minor changes, this PvP would smoke a shitload of MMOs. But they don't give a shit. They'd rather spend the time in fluff. And it won't retain me. It won't retain a customer like me. It just won't. I wish it would. I want content. I want it. I want it all. I want it. I want to farm. I want to play a content that I don't realize what I'm really doing. I'm farming because it's just like Tryon was one of the best companies at doing that because I knew it was linear. I knew I was farming, but every time I'd walk up to a rift, the environmental aspect of the game kept me paying and kept me playing. I couldn't get away from Tryon for 3 years. World of Warcraft kept me involved only 2. Well, almost 3. But Tryon kept me longer. Because of dynamic events. They were just like, oh my god, this is fucking the shit. Because they come out with these new rifts. So then you had raids, you had raid rifts. Raid rifts were nothing special. Nothing. 0. I mean, but when you walked up to it, the dynamic event pulled everybody together, right? And you needed a certain amount of planet right for your new sigils. And that's what made the farming cool, because I had to farm for it for the new sigil, but the dynamic event pulled in random people from across the area. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, you just little things like that makes a huge difference in your product. I know it's a lot actually. In a coding world, it's not as easy as it sounds. So I am aware. But this game's really good. It's badass, actually. This game has, like, I love this combat. I always will. I love the roles. I love every aspect to what the devs do. And I like the devs. There's a couple of the people in the corporate office I have my own personal opinions about. But the devs I get along with. I think they all do a good job. Unfortunately, whoever the lead is isn't looking at a bigger picture. They're playing it safe. They're just playing it safe. That's all it is. It's a safe zone. Okay, I'm taking the icy window. I guess I'm taking the icy window. I mean, I'm just saying there are bundles that are worth it, and then there's things that I'm looking at the cash shop and I'm like, wow, you guys like completely missed the mark. Like these new things out, right? I'm like, okay, it's opened. But for one, I'm going to spend $7. But you have to consider how difficult and time consuming it is to create. Right. No, I do. No, I do, Jack. That's what I do. Yeah. And I agree with you. Right. No, I do agree. No, I do agree. That's where I do agree with you. 100%, man. Why isn't this dude in here? Yo, dude, man, get in here, bro. No, that's where I do agree. It's time consuming. Don't get me wrong. I like the game. I like the things, but like I said, when I'm taking a look at down the road, I know what's going to keep a player like me and what isn't. And as cool as the stuff is, sooner or later, I have no open world concept. I have nothing that is keeping my interest tied to the game. No PvP that's competitive, let alone engaging enough. And that's just something simple. That's an easy fix, actually. That's not even a hard fix. That's the easiest fix with their current configuration. They could literally take 2 months, apply one effect, and their PvP would double up. But I love the game. Look at this. Like, I love the cutscenes. Like, this alone is a lot. Like, and this is where I agree with you. Like, something this simple, right here, what we're watching, people don't understand what it takes to do this. Right? Like, putting the node together for this cutscene and you to be implemented in the cutscene. That is impressive. No, there's not a lot of new gen games that do this. And you are in it. It's like, I have appreciation for the devs. I have a shitload of appreciation for this dev team. Believe you in me. But at the end of the day, I'm just looking at it like, wow, man. Like, missed opportunity here. Missed opportunity there. Just, they could have, like, banked up. And that's what I look at. I look at bank. I don't look at whatever. I'm looking at it from a profit margin. I'm not going to lie. I'm not. I am not going to lie to you. I see it from a money's perspective. I see everything from money's perspective. It's bad. That's why one company wanted to give me the money. They're like, we know what you can do. Yeah. I'll make you money. I'll make you money. I'll save it too, as far as I can, as much as I can. But sometimes, you know, I don't like working around with cheap people either. I'm like, don't exploit the fucking customers to a point where you're gonna gain a quick buck and your shit's gonna fail in the end because you make more money in the long run. That's, to me, this is the best product Daybreak Games has to date. Like, this is the best product Daybreak Game has to date. Like, this product versus EverQuest 1 is good. EverQuest 2, it's got a couple of hiccups in it. PlanetSide, I like PlanetSide. I'm just not a very good shooter. But PlanetSide's really badass too. I love PlanetSide. But when I take a look at all the games that a lot of people can engage in, and especially for the genre, this game offers something unique to its customers. It really does. This game offers something so unique to the market that you have to have appreciation for how well and how polished it is. It's well executed. It's very well polished. The devs do such a good job in so many areas that it actually, like, I'm surprised. I'm literally most of the time shocked that they didn't do one or two things just to sustain its profit margin. One or two things, it would make a difference. And it would. Because the combat's just that good. The combat system is just that good for a Twitch-based game. You don't get... World of Warcraft has nothing on this combat. Nothing. World of Warcraft can't compete with this combat system. I can say that. As good as World of Warcraft is for PvP and has great PvE stuff, combat-wise, doesn't hold a candle. It just doesn't. I actually need a new belt.
Let's try to look on the positive side. The spear is a powerful relic, but at least it isn't out of place in the past. The Axis powers were never able to locate it during the war, so perhaps it won't cause any additional paradoxes.
Okay. Actually, that was pretty good. Kind of like that. No, I love this game. I think it's going to be... It's not going to go anywhere soon. And I think that a lot of the things that the game's going to do, it's going to continue to do well. It's just like... I know me. I know that I'll be the type of person, I'll stick around for a little bit. I'll get bored and then I'll leave. And then I'll come back. It's my filler MMO is what this is. I know it sounds bad, but it's the truth. And I want it to be more. I really do. Like, I would love to play this more frequently. Take the DPS one. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe somebody higher up one day will be like, you know what? We should throw a little money their way, get a couple more devs in there. Because it's not the devs' fault either. I mean, the devs only do what they're told and what they can do. You know? They have some creative power, but they're pretty much, you know, given an itinerary, if you will. That's how I would run a company too, though. I'd listen to some constructive feedback, but at the end of the day, I'm not willing to compromise my product for creative indifferences. You know, at the end of the day, it's a product, and it is. Yo, Ice, what's up? Now, I feel like the game's good. It has a lot of potential. Materials are good. The material system and the new capsules, I like it. Especially since they brought it back, you know, a lot of things. But once again, I'm just like, really? We were down for 8 hours for a maintenance and a fluff upgrade. Okay. Okay. Sure. I guess. It makes sense. I guess.
Hey there, old friend. Or is it new friend? The damn time stream is so wonky at the moment, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I need your help. Per Degaton, time-traveling, goofy-head, fascist wannabe with major insecurity issues.
Okay. Now, I've got to go back to the crib. Because I got a couple new upgrades.
Exactly what? No.
Yeah, honestly, like I said, I'm playing 2 games. I'm actually playing quite a bit of games. There's a number of games I'm playing right now. And I feel like that's one thing that allows me to play DC the way I am currently, because there's nothing to keep me glued to it throughout the day. It's like, hey, let's go PvP in DC. Let's not. And say we could. You know? You know? And then it's like, oh, the weeklies are out. Okay, that's cool. I'm sign me up for that one. I'm in on that. You know, okay, I'm in. Let's go do some raids and stuff. You know, let's play and let's have fun. For a casual gamer, this game's perfect. For a casual MMOer, the game's perfect. Don't need to change a thing. Hardcore MMOers, not really. The combat system's good, graphics well smoothed out. Just doesn't have enough to hold you. There's not enough on the plate, man. What are you going to do? Just keep logging in daily and do the same repetitive quest daily? Because there's no difference of quest lines? It's like, that's some of the flaws, man. It's just, that's why I said, get dynamic events in this game. For God's sakes. You'll do yourself a favor in the long run. You will do yourself a huge favor in the long run by putting dynamic events to the game and increasing the core value, the core value of the game from a player's perspective when they first log in or when they're coming into the game and they get a notification. There's an event occurring in Metropolis. There's an event occurring in Gotham. There's this going on right now. And it's out of nowhere. It's like you could be anywhere and then all of a sudden a notification pops up on your screen. And then all of a sudden you get one of those little pop-ups right here on the screen saying, oh my God, calculator or Oracle comes up. There's Brainiac's invading Metropolis. He's returned. And all of a sudden you see an invasion force of ships coming down. And the villains and heroes got to work together, heaven forbid, to beat a common foe where they actually have to unite. That would be badass. You can't tell me that wouldn't be badass. That would be the best. That would, like, oh my God. You know, you have a random event just occurring, you know. And everybody was working together, and you have these little side missions that people can pick up or they can do during the event. Just something that simple. And this game would be fucking flooded with people being like, oh my God, it was the best. Because when it comes to lore and aspects of the combat, there's not a lot of games that can beat this in an MMO. There's not a lot. There just isn't. There's not a lot of games that can keep up with the combat. Not even Elder Scrolls has combat this smooth. And it doesn't. I'm sorry. Elder Scrolls, for a Twitch-based game, is more buggy than majority of other ones. Like, I like this Twitch-based game better than even, oh, what the hell is it? The other MMO. I love this combat. I love the graphics. I feel the graphics are fitting. I love the special effects, except the new Titan stuff. Some of it's good. Some of it's little whatever. I have not been in here, and this is another thing I hate. This is another thing that gets on my nerves. Cookie cutting the same maps, man. I hate that. Don't do that. Don't cookie cut the same maps. We just lost our other troller. What did he do? Feel like he wasn't important? I'll have to come back. If we don't get a tank, we're fucked. same map off the Bombshell Paradox, if I'm not mistaken. Right? Don't do this. This is a bad thing in development, man. When you cookie cut this shit. Don't cookie cut your maps. It's kind of putting your cards out there saying, well, we're really fucked as a company because our company isn't putting more money into the product at the moment. we could have like 10,000 subs and they wouldn't really give a shit. This is where you need tanks, man. Shit. So that's why that other troll should have been like, because if he was like feeding, I would have been his battery. I actually feel somewhat disturbed about this at the moment. Given the fact that we don't have tanks, I'm a little disappointed. We should get wiped. Honestly, in my opinion, this should be wiped. I'm in a raid with no tank. And there's not really a lot of like high levels carrying us at the moment, and I feel like this should be this boss should be wiping the floor with the DPS. Tactical weapons. I think I'm going to go with that because I need new swords for my dude. Cool. Excellent day. Am I right? Is this a Bombshell Paradox map? It feels like it. It feels exactly like it. What the fuck? I guess everybody's still looting. My bad. At least I can repair. I like the base, I do. But it's like, I've seen this. At least throw me a curveball.
I was perfectly happy busting criminals' heads on the mean streets of the big city. But then Jay and Alan approached me for a team up. I was getting bored knocking around the same skulls day in and day out. So I said, sure, what the heck, why not? Next thing I know, I'm in the middle of Europe, neck deep in front of the back. They were major addicts. Along the way,
Like, they could still use, like, some of the same layout, but, like, you could put, like, something simple, like, widen the halls, and put, like, tanks or something, like, hidden shit in here. Because I feel like it's almost, even though it's maybe not exactly the same, I feel like it reminds me of the Bombshell Paradox completely. Just slightly different. Like, Labyrinth was really cool. Like, when I first went to the Labyrinth, I really liked it. I really enjoyed the Labyrinth. There's a lot of maps that are really cool. Also, there was a lot of really cool ones. And Bombshell Paradox was badass in my opinion. But then I come in here and I'm like, shit. I don't want the same look to it. I want something slightly different. Like, I feel like it's the same thing except backwards. I feel bad for the dev teams at the moment. I feel like they're understaffed like a motherfucker. Like, you can't blame the devs. I'm not blaming the devs. Believe you and me, I know it's not the devs. They're understaffed. I can tell you that. One healer and one troll. Let's go, let's go. I'll have to come back for some of this shit. Choke point. No, that was such a badass drop thing. Oh my god, get to the choke point. I love that. I just fucking fell in love with that NPC. Holy shit, get to the choke point. Yes. Yes. And it's military. Oh, that's badass. I was telling everybody in fucking ESA, I'm like, yo, man, get to the choke point. Get to the choke point. What's the fuck's a choke point? I'm like, oh my god. I would go over that over and over again about choke points. Where in the fuck are these dudes? Everybody's wiping. I am in a raid. We have no tank. If we beat this without a tank, I'm gonna cry. I will cry if we beat this without a tank. Now see, that's cool. Like, I like the cannons. This room's badass. Now I like this. This is room's badass. They could have expanded down the halls with this. This was definitely part of the, it felt like the bombshell paradox type stuff. Because of the whole timeline, Savage, la la la. But up until this board, I felt like everything was cookie. But this board, I really like. They could have, you know, maybe put a grade or two in here, you know, whatever, to kind of throw us off of our game. To make us think there was another mechanic might come up underneath our asses. I know we're not going to beat this dude without a tank. This isn't really going to happen, right? Right? Tell me I'm wrong on that. Out of this dude's way. Drink him if you got him. Hell yeah, give me that. This should be a wipe in my book. No take, you're fucked. One person's dead. Not enough. Wipe us all. Keeping the debuffs on him and feeding up when I can. Healer's doing a really good job. Okay, I'm gonna pull out. That's what should happen every time. Got him. I got him. Dude, I got him. Just do your job. Hell no. Hell no.
This little venture is making even my head. Don't grovel down there, Baron. We have much to discuss. What is this? Some kind of illusion? I will not be fooled by some parlor trick. We are one and the same. Perdegatons is a sinking ship.
I like this little outlook. Like the cannons, all of this. I love this. I just felt like the hallways maybe could have been a little bit more whatever
Destiny shall indeed.
to give a little bit more atmosphere. But I love the storyline. This is where I'm here.
Me now. Help this freedom force stop Perdegaton. You always did have a flair for
See, this is what I'm here for. The lore.
I'm gonna say so long too.
I like that. The storylines, how they fit together, the best. The best.
Never miss a chance to blow
The
stuff up,
best.
I always say.
No company does it a lot as good, I'll be honest with you guys. They do such a good job. They're to be commended every day of the week. That's badass. Couple minor things. I felt like I'm going to give my opinion here real quick. For us to be able to beat this without a tank, in my opinion, for a raid is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And 4-man, fine, fine. In a raid, this is we had one 242 and one 238 healer. Everybody else is just barely, around their one somethings. So I felt like this was maybe too easy of a raid. It doesn't remind me of what we had to go through with Paradox Wave or Nexus of Reality when it first dropped, right? When you first went in there at your level, if you didn't have tanks and you didn't have this and that, you literally got like fucked, right? So I felt like, wow, what the fuck, Rip is badass. We should not beat this without tanks, man. There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way no raid should ever be beaten without a fucking tank. God. And somebody was telling me about that. Someone's like, the raids have gotten easier. When I went in the Blackest Night, I thought they were high as a hell. Because Blackest Night was hard. Even for 2-somethings. Like, I was impressed with that raid. I loved the environment. The Blackest Day and the Blackest Night was done so well. Oh my God. Perfect. Like, I was so impressed. I am impressed with the Blackest Day, Blackest Night, what they did. I'm impressed. The Blackest Day and Blackest Night shit that they did here was fucking impressive. I don't know if this is like a prelude of things up in the, as far as like difficulty. I hope it isn't. Because I like a little bit of a challenge. A little bit. Not saying make it insanely hard. But hey, man. I mean, I get most of your raids are pugs in this game. I get that. So I'm not saying make it insanely hard. I'm just saying we shouldn't beat a raid without a tank. That should never happen.
activate the fail-safe switch in your mechanical mercenaries to force their loyalty to me once you made your treacherous intentions clear.
Well played, Perdegaton. Given different circumstances, I do think our alliance would have borne glorious fruit. Alas, I have been shown another way forward, and it doesn't involve you.
So you're going to try and stop me? To stop history being rewritten?
This looks so much better. Animation is done really good here.
Petty ambition.
Voice actor is really good. I like this.
Damn. Can you idiots jabber? Are we gonna knuckle dust or what?
Wildcat and early Wonder Woman, really like that.
With interest. Just try and stop me. I can live between the seconds.
I like the storyline. I'm feeling a lot of this. I just don't want to be able to beat stuff without tanks, man. It feels dirty to me. Get out of that bomb. About to say, shit's gonna blow. Don't wait till everybody starts getting a little low before I pop it. Okay, I'm gonna pull back a little bit. Don't want to get into any AoE. Okay, gonna go ahead, hit it now. Okay, it seems like you definitely want to stay in between the generators. You can hear them. They like they have a timer to go off or something. It seems like. Okay, can I get to that bobble? Yep. Okay, I want to stay out of the line of that. I cannot afford to let this healer's shit drop, so... Keeping the debuffs up. And I need a Kohler bad. Wow. I mean, good job for the team.
Cannot lose. I am the winner. No.
I have a very long memory, Perdegaton. I will not forget this failure. Had you only
We'll take a look at the neck.
could have been gods.
All right, enough gloating, Vommy. You should be thankful you didn't tear the fabric of space and time apart at the seams.
Yes, Baron. Gloating is unnecessary at the moment. Now come, let us chat before I must return to my point in history.
I shall not.
Really good storyline. Like that. A lot.
Defeating Perdegaton here today.
So we got 1 mil out on power. That's pretty good. 30 minutes. It's not a bad time. I like the room prior to this one. I wish it was just a little bit more difficult, to be honest with you. It's probably my only critique. The storyline once again really good. So I feel like the storyline does really good. They're the best storyline telling. That's probably why I keep playing the game. The devs do probably this dev team does some of the best work with development as far as storylines go. And it's so good. It really is. So good shit. Like it. I like it a lot. Love it. Where is that? It's like here. I can hear it. It's driving me nuts. I can't find it. Sometimes you gotta look. You gotta really nitpick some of these. Nope. Cal, what's up? Just got done with the new raid. I like the storyline, especially since Rip Hunter's in here and they had Randall the Savage. And I mean, it's not new. I mean, this one's an old one during the Bombshell Paradox. We just completed it without a tank though, so I'm a little disappointed with the difficulty level. I'll have to come back and get the other ones later. So I'm a little kind of like, yeah, why? I mean, most of the time it is pugged, and I get that. But to be able to beat like this without tanks, I'm really disappointed, man. I'm really disappointed about that. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's somewhat like it's like I feel dirty beating it without a proper tank. It's a little bit of an upgrade, so given the we'll take it. We'll take it. Okay. Now. Like, so where were we at? I mean, I have certain expectations, certain things I'm kind of like, I mean, the storyline was really good. It was really good. They always do good on storylines in this game, always. Every mechanics, good. It was good. It was good. But just like I felt like if there's no tank in there, that dude should have a mechanic to just like beat the shit out of a fucking DPS. Like if you don't block, if you don't know when to throw a block, something simple like that, a mechanic will just wreck you, even as a DPS. Just boom. There you go, bitch. You thought you were a tank? Don't think so. I mean, it's not a lot of times. It's like once every so often. Just to beat them, to make them regret not having a tank, or people not being able to, you know, put themselves in a tank role. You know? That's kind of where I'm like, oh, can we get a tank? You know? Can we get a tank, a tanker or something? I mean, okay. That's all I want, man. Okay. I need new weapons, so I'm kind of happy about this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I still got to glyph it up and stuff. It's not really whatever. I think that one's better. I'm thinking. I try not to think too hard. Interesting. By the way, you change your icon, Kel? I noticed you have a different icon on. There's a couple of things, man. I just, like, wow. I still can't believe I went in there and beat a raid that's around my level with no tank. That's crazy to me. I'm surprised. I'm like shocked. All right. Let me see. Yeah, that's better. There was something else. The boots. The boots. The boots. Somebody rockin', knockin' the boots. Alright. Now where are we at? 180. Yeah, baby. Got tired of the old one. See, I pay attention. See, my wife tries to tell me I never pay attention. No, I'm just... You ever get that? Like, you don't know. I do, honey. I do. No, you don't. Hey, I'm surrounded by women. I gave up my insanity a long-ass time ago. Alright. And I think I got enough for my upgrade. I think. Close. So, what are we at? 80. And then I'll have that. This is what I'm waiting for. Hitting an enemy with a controlled debuff. Whoa. I love the new artifact system. I'm in love with this new artifact system. When they implemented this, like, they could really expand the littlest things for the artifact system. But I love it. Because it doesn't need a lot of things to whatever. Just the littlest things. I thought this was ingenious, honestly. This is probably my favorite change since coming back. That, like, I even got a solar one that has superpower into the Iconics. I thought that was just badass. I was like, whoa. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 90 marks. 90 marks. And I have 70 something. 71. I need 90 flipping marks. It's gonna be crazy, baby. Okay. Oh, that's another thing. Hold on. So I need a back socket, a neck socket. So back and a neck socket, right? It's all good. Always the light barrier. Reduce that cooldown. Increase your power critical chance by 5%. I don't think so. Was it? I need the one that has... Increase your restoration by 5%. No. Increase your critical power chance. No. No. Hold on. Supercharge. Supercharge. Okay. Yeah, it's the power one. Where is that thing? Oh my god. So the resurgents are different ones now? Holy split, they don't stack? Okay, increase your critical power chance for power heals. Yes. Do these stack? That's gonna suck if these don't stack like the other ones. That would suck. Time torn capsule. A lot of time. All these time capsules. So the new Kryptonian time capsules are included in this. Expires in 14 days. These ones don't expire. So they're perishables for a 14-day cycle. That's why they're not going to stack, because their timer is due to the loot drop when you pick it up. Wow, that's a gimmick. That's a gimmick. You know how many people are going to be buying fucking stabilizer keys? Oh, God. Stop with the fluffy. Stop with the fluffy. You guys are fluffing it. Fluffing it. I don't give a shit. I think I give a shit about making my shit look good? I want content. God freaking dang it. I don't care if my dude glows in the fucking dark and fucking has neon lights. Fucking what are you going to do? Put a disco ball up my ass and make me fucking, when I dance, I sparkle everywhere? I look like a fucking troll when I'm dancing? Come on, man. Get this fluffity fluff the fuck out of my way. I want fluffity fluff that I have to go buy some shit in the market just to make it be like, look at me, I look so cool. Man, no matter how I look, what am I playing like? That's the question. Got one of the badass combat systems, good storylines. You guys are fluffing with marketed gimmicks. God fucking damn it. I hate when companies do that. If you're gonna have a gimmick, at least do it fucking half-ass right. God, fuck. I swear. I swear. I know, I'm such a dick. So people are, my wife was telling me today, you're such a dick at all times. I'm like, she's like, there's no rest. I'm like, oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I cannot be anything less than. Less than. We have to maintain at all times. So wiggity whack. It's wiggity whack. So we got the Justice for All out of the way. Man, I'm hoping the Ultimate Soldier looks so much better. Kandor was actually cool. I like this environment. It kind of weirded me out a little bit because it kind of reminded me of another dungeon. Darkside, I wanted to see Apocalypse more. Like, I like looking out the window and seeing the stuff, but the War Factory to me kind of was like, okay, cool, but I wanted to see Apocalypse during this, and that was kind of like, but like God and Monsters was done well. Kandor looked really good, except I mean, I don't know. Prison Break, I wasn't expecting anything with, other than Prison Break. I kind of like Prison Break, even though it was a replay of the environment. I still have yet to do Brainiac's Battleship. Would you believe that? I still have yet to do that one. Blackest Day and Blackest Night. The coolest. These two were so good. I'm not going to lie. The Blackest Day and the Blackest Night was done really good. Bombshell Paradox I like. But here's the thing. The Bombshell Paradox goes along with the Ultimate stuff. And that, in my mind, that should be tiered together. You know, just saying. Like, I remember doing Assault and Battery, and we were getting our asses handed to us. I remember going in Paradox Wave without a tank and getting ripped the fuck apart. And I remember unpaid dudes in Seed of Rot we could do without a tank, but people were dying and people were rezzing. You regretted not having one. Like it, to me, that's where it meant. It meant something to have those classes, man. It meant something. And I hate when games take away from that, man. Even if it's pug, and I get majority of this stuff is pugged, I understand that. You don't want to make it overly difficult for casual players. And I'm not suggesting you do that, but that's why you need a check system. You want to implement a check system, say, hey, we're going to make sure you have a tank. We're going to make sure you have enough healers. We're going to make sure you have your troller. And then we'll make sure the DPS fills in as need. Everything is coordinated. That's when you make sure you put these tools in the game for the randoms. And then you can apply the challenge. Like for me to literally sit here, go through a raid, complete the raid with no tank, and I don't die die on a boss fight like that without the tank being present, that to me is kind of like, whoa, Like we should wipe. Like I still remember doing the Sunstone shit, and man, we begged for tanks. We would like hunt down tanks. We were like, we need a tank. We need it. We need the tank. Where's the tank? Who's got a tank? You begged for one. Tanks were like pulling like mobs and stuff. Especially, man, you didn't want to get snipers hitting you. Oh, no. But at the same time, the tank didn't want to pull medics. So the tank had to be very careful how it was pulling. Single target pulls only. So pulling the medics, pulling the snipers, keep the medics stationary. I mean, it meant something to be a tank. It meant something back in the day to have that type of knowledgeable players. And now I just feel like it's gotten like, well, you don't have a tank, you know, it's all good. You got a healer, right? Yeah. We got a healer. You know, and that's like same thing in Elder Scrolls. I'm so glad. I give it up to ESO devs because at least they got rid of the fucking double Q crap. Because that was just annoying as fuck. Walking in a 4-man dungeon as a healer, and then next thing you know, they want you to heal, and guess who gets initial aggro? And he's got everything on him. You're the fucking healer? Because you got some dickhead queuing as a tank when he can't fucking tank. It's like, that was the most annoying thing. I just walked out. I was like, look, man, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this, dude. Hell no. Hell no, I'm not doing this, dude. You ain't a tank? Why are you queuing it? Well, we don't need a tank. Well, then you don't need a healer. Oh, I mean, I totally agree. If you don't need a tank, then you don't need me. Right? That's the way I look at it. If you want a healer, then I want a tank. Capiche? Comprende? I mean, jeez.
I've got loaded weapons and Amanda Waller here. You have been appropriated by the Suicide Squad. You will comply and work with the members of Task Force X until the objective is complete. Failure to do so result in your termination.
Now we have a tank, we have a healer, we have a troll. I feel a lot better about myself. Now, I like this map a lot better because it does have the peaks and the layout has a really, I feel like this is like a lot better. I'm hoping like the narrow corridors might like open up into something for a little bit more architecture. Might break down and get like 20 keys just for the like whatever, for the little gimmick thing. Who knows? We'll see. I'll debate about it. Just because it's on a time thing and it'll be annoying to fucking see all this shit in my stuff. Knowing I can only get 1 key every other day by doing the daily. Because it's count bound, unlike the vault. The vault you can switch in between, but not the stabilizers. Once you do stabilizers on one tune, you can't farm it on another, so I just want my bag full of this shit. Come on, dude. I got you. I love this. Now see, this is what I'm talking about. Yes, yes, and yes. Yes. See, that's what I'm talking about. A little bit of environment. Just a little bit. Just give you a little bit. You know, make you feel kind of like, where am I going? How, you know, I've never been in here. It's the first time for me in here. So I like a little bit. It's kind of cool if you have a close off, but open it up a little bit. You know, give us a destination. Give us some kind of like. Well, honestly, the Blackest Day, Blackest Night was probably my favorite environment since I've been back. It was really good on both ends. It was good. It was really good. The Star Sapphires, all that shit, loved that. I loved it all. That DLC was probably the best DLC. I'd recommend that DLC over and over again.
But this is not normal, and Ra's al Ghul is in need of your assistance. We are overrun by enemies wielding weapons for which we have no defense. My assassin
foul interlopers have taken control of the Lazarus Pit. We must take Nanda Parbat back.
See, I like this voice actor too. The way it sounded. Check out my channel when you get a chance. Got some. Oh, definitely. Cool deal. It sounds good. Yeah. Actually, I'll subscribe. Poor Tank, man. He just got ripped. What the hell is he wearing? Don't pull so much. That tank just got ripped. Boy, that tank got fucking trashed. Somebody forgot to block. It's hard as a tank. I'm not gonna lie. You got to have like rotation and everything down, man, on this shit. So crazy. Now see, we know that this is the Assassin League. I don't mind coming back to these because we know that the Lazarus Pit's here. So if they do it in a way for the layout, I'm cool with it. But I'm not cool with like making it all like kind of like, oh, we're just going to copy this, put it in, you know, well, we'll maybe paste a few things and then, you know, call it content and drop in some new gear and shit. No, that's not content, man. See, just block. See, this is where you're supposed to have another troller. One's supposed to be a battery, and another's supposed to be a feeder. It's where you have two trollers, is in these type of raids. When you're in progression raid, that's when you use two trolls. One's battery, one's a feed, nobody drops. If you get two trollers and know what they're doing, nobody drops, ever. Batteries use literally two abilities. Feeders debuff and replenish the battery. Solomon Grundy, awesome, dude, so badass. That's actually cool. Okay, this just went up. This just went up like a lot, just because. And I love the storylines. This is where I really like this game. This is where I really do like the game a lot. This is where I really enjoy this game. Because it's like, this is badass. Come on, Tank. Yo, yo, yo. he's in. Okay, I'm gonna just keep the debuffs going. Wait for my trinkets to pop. Okay. Hit him. Hit the supercharge. Perfect timing. It should be popping up. Wow. Man, our tank just got knocked the fuck out. Whoa. This is what I'm talking about. Start wrecking motherfuckers. Make us regret that tank dropped. So start being like, oh, Grundy, smash. Yes. Yes. This is what I'm talking about, Grundy. Make him regret it, Grundy. Boo! We should have wiped. Boo!
You have the gratitude of fiends. However, as Commander Armok uninvited again,
That was a lot better, though. I like that. That was a lot better. And we all know that you need a friend. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me. Right? I'm going Trolls. Hey, man, my granddaughter watches Trolls, so... See, I like this place, man. The ultimate soldier. Come on. Come on. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, that's Hippolyta.
One where Savage has joined forces with a time-traveling neo-fascist from the future named Prodegaton. He's given Savage the weapons to rule the world.
Not on my watch. In my world, we've beaten back the Axis forces months ago. And I won't allow these Savage soldiers to get their hands on any of these devices.
Okay.
Maybe Amazon from two separate worlds, but I see we both. I could experience
Man, that poor tank, man. He really needs to learn how to move with that shit. Move. He's squishier than SpongeBob SquarePants. Oh yeah. Nice! It's got torches! Yes! Get your ass in here. Don't be scared. Hey, get your ass in here. Power trip. Get your ass in here. Yeah! Yeah, the tank did it! Oh, I'm in love! You can kill all them motherfuckers! Get him, Ghost! Make him regret fucking up. Dude, seriously, get the mechanics. Hell yeah, I'll take those bobble boys. You see that poor healer? That healer got fucking ripped. Oh! Ah! I was right there too. That's what I'm liking. I like it like that. I like it like that. I like a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of scare. Move around. I don't like to just stay still and whatever, man. Come on. Oh shit. Somebody's got to get over there. Oh! I'm trying to keep to the fucking healers, man. Oh shit. Shit. Why this tank? I'm trying. We might wipe. It would be awesome, wouldn't it? We are. We're gonna wipe epically. This is badass. It's about time. I love it. Good shit. See if we can do it. Fucking such little quitters. Oh my god, we won. Another tank. 2 tanks. Never know. That could be better.
Stand still. That was a mistake. In the name of Gaia.
make sure who's whatever. Flash is our healer. Isn't here. Oh shit, that's a no-go. Well, this isn't gonna happen. We lost our healer.
You'll pay for that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Stand still. I won't have it.
Oh, we got one.
I stand for freedom.
Come on.
Put a sock in it.
Put a socket. Yeah, these things are gonna get on my nerves. These things are gonna get on my fucking nerve.
You will fall. You dare strike a
They don't stack. Sucks.
I stand for freedom.
Get in. Get in. Get. Yeah, I was about to say. I can't. You're not supposed to move, Dorcas. Fuck it. I'll just stay here. Got it, dude. Get the other one. Well, they just fucked that up. How in the fuck does people just move around? Stop moving around and just stay in your positions. I like this mechanic a lot. This is a lot better done. So the idiot went over there like, I'm gonna go behind this table. Yeah, what could ever happen? Line of sight? Oh my god! That might be a fucking wipe. Oh, thank God. Thank God. I think I'm gonna go with the bags, man.
Perhaps they shall do it again in the future.
Perhaps they shall. Goodbye, Diane, daughter of Themyscira. May the gods watch over you.
Okay. Let's see. This being the ultimate soldier, we better be getting our asses kicked. Whoa, did it start? One on each side. Okay. We ready? Yeah, Grundy's dead. What's the last boss? New materials do look bad. So that's one of the new materials. So it does have its appeal to it. It's just fluff, though. I mean, I don't really. I'm gonna be debuffing this motherfucker all day long. The tank's been struggling. The tank has been struggling. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I wish I could tell you the tank was solid, but he's not. But I'm glad. I'm so happy that in this one you need the tank. It makes a world of a difference. It should. It should. Where in the fuck is this thing? All right, here. Aha. I love this raid a lot better than the last one. I like this raid. This one's so much better. My granddaughter. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take the DPS. That's quite a bit on DPS. I'll take that for the DPS set. Oh. Oh, we had one. There's the take. Where in the fuck? Aha! Man, I really do got to get going soon. Thracker. He's coming. He's coming. Okay, we got a tank. We got a tank. What the fuck is this? Power. Get in here. Missing one. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm not even fucking. I'm just gonna do it. If you're not gonna show up, I'll kick your ass. Boy, he's got him way out here. Oh my god. Get him off me. Oh my god. Just run fucking 2 tanks. Fucking problem fucking solved. It's not fucking hard. Give me the baubles. Dead. This ain't happening. That's it. Healer's down. Alright guys, I gotta get going though. I'm gonna wrap this up. Once again, Mystic Raven, Mystics MMOs. Thank you guys for watching again, once again, and always have a nice day.
Hey there, old friend. Or is it new friend? Look, the damn time stream is so wonky at the moment, I don't know whether I'm coming or going. I need your help. Per Degaton, a time-traveling, goofy-haired, fascist wannabe with major insecurity issues, has managed to do something horrible to the very fabric of space and time. Exactly what? No bloody clue yet, but I'm working on it. In the meantime, I need you to head to Area 51 and meet up with Special Agent Anderson. She could use your help. There are some disturbing things going on there at the moment.